Welcome back to Camo Tactical HQ. I got another box of awesomeness from Evike. This one was a Father's Day box of awesomeness, and I am a father, so I can't pass that up. A couple quick things that I wanted to cover before I get into other stuff is, I know I got the first box of awesomeness, reviews for all that stuff is going to be coming up. I got this box of awesomeness and maybe something else coming up soon. After all that, I'm going to have a ton of guns, maybe a dozen to review. So just wanted to mention that real quick before we get into this one. This box obviously is huge. I have high hopes for this. With such a big box, I'm really hoping that I got something really good, but we're gonna have to see what I got here. I have a feeling that I know what I got, but hey, who knows, maybe I got something totally different. And it's so deceiving because this box is 50 inches long, so maybe I got something really big, but hey, you never know, maybe what's inside the box is not quite as big. Obviously, you can see it's as big as my table, so I don't know, I'm really excited to see what we got. I have no idea what I got, I haven't opened it up yet, I haven't looked at it yet. So let's see. No, I'm not going to take a look here. Let's put it down and start taking a look at what we got. Alright, so it looks like it looks like we got another Matrix Tactical Systems vest. I don't even know, this might even be the same color as the one I got before. Let's just take a quick peek here. This one might be more of a tan. A little bit of a switch up of what we got before. Alright, so at least I think it's probably something we got a different color of. So that's nice. Okay, now this is good. I've been wanting to get more gun bags because recently I've gotten several guns, and I've only had 2 gun bags from when I initially started playing. So that means I've had a lot of guns laying around, but no gun bags or anything to store them. I've been needing to have other locations to store my guns safely. Luckily now with the gun bag, all the new guns that I got now and the ones that I had before, I can go ahead and store them safely. They even include a little sling here to maybe throw over your shoulder. You got pouches for goods or magazines perhaps. You got 2 pouches here as well. And then you got 2 buckles here, along with a carrying handle at the top here. Let's take a look inside. So you got 1 slot for 1 gun here with some bands to keep your gun in place in transportation. And then flips over, protection from your other gun so that they're not rubbing up against each other. You got belts on the other side here for your other gun, again for retention. And then I like this here, a little side padding for a little extra protection. So I like this. This is nice. So sweet. I like this gun bag. Also in honor for Father's Day, got a little Super Daddy Superman patch for those dads out there like myself. Thank you, Evike, for that. Oh, okay, interesting. Okay, the box is a little bit mangled on this, but hey, it is what it is. So we have what looks to be a Sport 1911 601. Let's take a little look here. Little instruction manual. Now I think, as described, this was a non-blowback gas pistol. That's shooting at a very high feet per second. Pretty much because this is not blowback, you're not really going to be using this at any field, including outdoor fields. Slide comes back only a little bit. This thing's shooting at like 500 feet per second. That's at the level spring sniper rifles are allowed to shoot at, and even at that feet per second, they're only allowed to shoot at like 100-foot range. So it looks like you got some sort of tool here for your gun, screwdriver, as well as a sort of Allen key head here, so you make sure you want to hold on to that. Non-blowback CO2 pistol, so slide doesn't come all the way back. With your CO2, you have your CO2 that goes in here, and your screw right here where you drop your CO2 in and twist it, puncture it, load up your BBs, and you're ready to fire. Probably don't even have to pull the slide back. Non-blowback, you just go ahead and shoot it. Yeah, so that's nice. I'm a little surprised. This is sort of on the cheaper end, but actually holding it in the hand, it feels a little cheaper up here, but it actually feels, the metal of it itself actually feels quite solid. So interesting little gun that we have here. I do want to mention that on the box, A lot of times, some of these cheaper guns will advertise their feet per second, you know, 300, 350, 400. As advertised on Evike, this shoots at 500. You really shouldn't be shooting this at anyone, almost in any situation. So I find it a little silly and dangerous that they don't mention how hard this thing is shooting. This, you really shouldn't be shooting at anyone at all. So that doesn't make it a bad gun, but it's just something that you should at least know. This would probably be a good outdoor backyard shooter. All right, and finally for the last gun here, what we all came here to see. It looks like we got a Crytac. I'm assuming this is probably going to be an M4. So let's go ahead and open it up and see what exactly it is. And so there we are. Here is our M4. A little bit more accustomed to what I'm used to, at least compared to what I got last time. I like this buttstock. Yeah, that's nice. This thing feels solid. Oh, locking charging handle. Yeah, this thing feels solid. So we have a metal handguard. What feels to me right now like a polymer upper receiver, as well as a lower receiver that's also polymer. And then you also have what looks to be like a mock forward assist. You have your charging handle with a locking bolt and your hop-up adjustment here, as well as your release for your bolt. That's going to go ahead and release your bolt. Let's see, dust cover. Okay, dust cover does actually close, and pulling back your charging handle does open up your dust cover. So we do have an ambidextrous selector switch, which feels a little weird. It's a little stiff, but it almost feels like something's rattling as I'm turning it back and forth. It feels a little weird. And the magazine release looks like it is not ambidextrous. Non-ambidextrous magazine release. You have your adjustable stock. That slides very nicely. I like the look and style of this stock. Battery compartment at the back, which looks like it has plenty of space for a butterfly style battery. Sorry about that, my GoPro died because it was getting too hot, so I'm going to go ahead and try to finish up this video really quick before it overheats again. I went ahead and put on some of the attachments that I have on here, like a flip-up sight, as well as this rail here that you might have for like flashlight or laser attachments. Maybe you can put it down here as well if you want like a grip or something. Whatever you want, they include that in there for you. So I like that they include the sights, like that they include the rail, that you can put it pretty much wherever you want. It screws in by these tiny Allen keys here. All these tiny holes are threaded, and you just take an Allen key and thread it in. So that's pretty cool. I like these flip-up sights. On the rear flip-up sight, you have two sight pictures, a larger one and a smaller one for more precision. You have engravings here, what looks to be like a serial number. So a lot of detail to this. Holding it, man, I actually like this a lot better than I would have thought. Everything on this feels really solid. The only thing that feels a little bit wobbly is the stock, but hey, I put a stock on my other blue gun. I've had other guns. Usually when you have an adjustable stock, you're usually gonna have a little bit of wobble. So it's something you can expect. Looks like to be like a QD sling point here, as well as having points for what looks to be a sling here as well. I like that. Textured grip, that's kind of interesting. I'll have to see how I like that in the future. It's not super aggressive, but it's not aggressive either. You can definitely feel this texture. Getting into the magazine, this actually looks like it's a mid-cap magazine with a bit of a window here. I think you could actually see through this window, see the BBs in the window if you filled up this magazine, which I think is pretty cool. So that's why, like, those little details, this magazine feels like really solid. I haven't put it in the gun yet. Yeah, it's tight, solid. Yeah, I mean, this, I don't know. I wasn't so sure about getting this thing before, but now that I have it, man, it feels really, really solid. I'm actually really impressed. I was not sure about it before, but now having it now, everything feels solid. The handguard feels solid, metal handguard. Everything's just solid on this thing. It feels good in the hand, has like a nice weight. The butt pad back here is rubberized, has a nice feel to it. The front, nice and hefty, you get a good grip on it, and this thing just feels sturdy in your hands. Magazine feels like really like crisp. You know, I'm like actually shocked and impressed at how much just holding this thing so far feels right now. You know, this thing is, I'm a little bit impressed right now, I gotta say. Wasn't sure about it at first. I'm impressed now. Like I mentioned, I'm gonna do a review on this later, as well as some of my other guns. I've never had a Crytek before. From memory, I've heard good things about them before, so we'll have to see. Not what I was expecting, but impressed nonetheless. I'm pretty impressed. I'm pretty happy with this. Hopefully it's fun to shoot on that gunpowder targeting system. The plan for reviews, at least on guns that I've had so far, is that after my next box of awesomeness that I get, I'm gonna stop doing box of awesomenesses for at least for a little bit, and then focus on the reviews so I can get reviews done on like all, you know, dozens of guns that I have. So let me know if you enjoyed this video, and also let me know what you got too, because I noticed a lot of people that are watching this video also got box of awesomenesses themselves and were enthusiastic to speak to me about it. Drop what you got in the comments because I'd love to hear what you got. I was expecting the intervention, because with the box that was 50 inches, I noticed the intervention was 48 inches in length. I was really hoping I'd get the intervention, but again, I'm actually quite impressed with this and quite happy that I got it. I'm really impressed so far, so hopefully it shoots as good as it feels so far. But yeah, thanks for watching.